Good evening, everyone. Hello. Hi, it's Tsuki. We're back with the Let's Play. If I sound a little bit different, it's because I'm sick. I got my second vaccine shot the other day and it made me extremely sick. But I am feeling a little bit better at the current moment. It's a little bit later in the night as well. And I wanted to get some stuff recorded so that I can, get some stuff rendering while I'm resting later on. So yeah, I'm not sure how much we're gonna actually be doing today in this video, but I will try my hardest to get down some stuff. So yeah, let's get to it. And I think we're gonna pick up the level 10 pugilist quest first, and we'll go from there. I do want to try and get to level 15 and do the 15 quest as well in this video, but we'll see. That might take a little bit of time. Ah, there you are, Chelly. Oh man, voicing all this dialogue. I mean, we're only gonna have to voice the quest dialogue. The rest of this stuff is probably just gonna be like Fate's hunting logs and stuff like that. Ah, there you are, Chelly. I see you've been training hard as ever. Aye, your eyes are starting to have the sharpness of a predator about them. If I mess up my dialogue, you can just blame it on being sick. Last time you learned the basics of combinations. Today, I would have you build on that knowledge. I set up 5 wooden dummies outside the guild along the merchant strip. By way of a warm-up, I want you to deal each a solid boot shine combo, and don't mind the townsfolk who gathered to watch. Okay. I do actually recall this quest. Funny thing, I've leveled Monk 3 times on 3 different characters so far, I think. So I've done this quest 3 times already, but those were all like back in Reborn's time. So I do not recall this quest, but I do recall it being kind of adorable. I really like the pugilist quest just by memory of me doing it like 7 years ago. Has it really been that? Yeah, it has. Yeah. We still have some Dark Knights chilling out here. In memory of Mira. So I'm glad, you know. When I first teleported into, I think it was Limsa on Faerie, there was just a bunch of Dark Knights around the 8th right. I'm like, what's going on? And I didn't learn until a few hours later that yeah, Kentaro Miura had passed away. I've never really got into Berserk myself, but I know it's inspired a lot of I guess pop culture as well. And I'm sure there's plenty of its influences, you know, in this game and many other games that I've played. I've just never found the time to go in and you know, read it myself. I think there's been some adaptations of it as well into other forms, but I've never had the time to really just sit down and get into that. But yeah, I'm glad that you know, he was such a respected author that everyone just kind of, well, not everyone, but a large amount of people decided to just get together in this game and remember him. I think that was really touching. It was really nice, and I can definitely respect him. Even though I haven't actually personally experienced his work, I believe all the people who have that high respect for his work. So maybe someday I'll get into it and read it myself. So, the wooden dummies have felt your wrath? Good. Now we can move on to your lesson. We're not on warrior. Dummy. Warriors don't have wrath anymore. Man, I miss when warriors had wrath. I mean, arguably the beast gauge is probably a better system overall, but I do kind of miss. I think Heavensward Warrior was way more fun than it is currently, but what do I know? When you first came to us, I taught you the combinations. Taught you that combinations make a pugilist. What you need to know next is not any hodgepodge of strikes makes a combination. There's an order to things, a natural flow from one technique to another. Today, I would have you practice on one of the most elementary combinations in a pugilist arsenal. It goes like this. Lead in with a swift boot shine combo. Keep your foes off balance with a true strike, then bring it home with a blistering snap punch. With practice, combinations such as this will become second nature. They must if you expect to become an accomplished pugilist. Now, you'll need some opponents to practice on. The Kikern that infests the rat's nest in central Danland ought to serve. Hit them with a snap punch 3 times and we'll call it a lesson well learned. Alright, Mr. Holy Fist. I should go beat up some poor beastmen for you. I mean, I went and beat up some Ixal back in Gridania. It's fine. Also, I think last video I said I was gonna do more of the quests in the other zones, because I think I hit up the North Shroud, but I didn't hit up Central Shroud or either Lenosha's. So there's still quite a few quests. But then I realized Pugilist isn't the only other job I'm gonna be picking up. I'm probably gonna be picking up more jobs in the future, and those quests I can just save those quests for those jobs. In fact, I kind of decided after I made the Pugilist video last time that I probably want to pivot out of Pugilist into Lancer / Dragoon, because I realized that Dragoon actually plays pretty... I mean, it's not necessary, but you get some nice... there's a lot of enrichment in playing the Dragoon quest before you get to Heaven's Word. So I was like, oh, well... I probably should have picked Lancer and Dragoon then, instead of Pugilist, but you know, I'll stick with Pugilist for the time being as well. At the very least, I'm gonna get Pugilist to 30, and then we'll probably pick up Lancer at some point, and do that as well. And then I'll probably take Lancer through to Dragoon to get the Reborn questline done before we hit up Heaven's Word. I'm planning a lot of stuff out in advance. But in all actuality, oh man, I mean, I guess we could just teleport there. In all actuality, there's a lot of time before we hit Heaven's Word. I mean, I say that, but it's really as much time as you make it, I guess. Like, you could just rush the main story and get to there. But yeah, it is what it is. I think I've established well ahead with all the content I posted that I am not a person rushes things. I take my time. In fact, I probably ramble and go on tangents more than anything else. So yeah, that's it. That's the end of the quest. Nothing happened. You've already mastered the snap punch combination? Crikey, Chelly, you're a natural at it, just like I was. Not to brag, but I happen to be a veritable storm of flying fists when the mood strikes me. I treat you to a demonstration here and now, except I'm liable to tear down the entire guild in the process. Master Hammond has a penchant for regaling us with tales of his exploits, but these never amount to a demonstration. His favorite is his victory over the fearsome marauder, White Axe, whom he felled with a combination so swift and seamless, they say you couldn't see his hands. Or so the legend goes. White Axe. Imagine having a name White Axe. Like, of all the names, you went with White Axe? I mean, I guess there's worse names. Ha ha ha, that one never gets old. Our dearest master's humility aside, your progress is truly astounding, Chelly. If I don't keep on my toes, you're likely to surpass me in a matter of moons. Oh, you have no idea. Just between you and me, Chuchuto's been in a slump of late. All began when their closest friend and guildmate suddenly up and disappeared. Rurukuta's the lad's name, and he and Chuchuto joined the guild together. The two of them were born to refugees and were orphaned in the calamity. Not long after I was made guildmaster, I found them on the streets, starved near to death. I did what any decent man would do. I took them in and clothed them and fed them. When they were strong again, they said they wanted to become pugilists like me, and so I trained them as well. Since then, they've been best friends and rivals both, one helping to raise the other up. Would that we knew what's become of Rurukuta. Well, I'm sure we won't find out in the rest of this class questline. But we were talking about you, Chelly. You've impressed me yet again, and I hope you continue to do so. Keep up the good work, you hear? Alright, not even a stoic nod, just a blank stare into his soul. Alright, we're on our own now. Let's get these last levels going. I mean, I guess if we really wanted to, we could also head back and pick up some of those quests we missed, but we have actually quite a bit of things to grab. I probably should have grabbed these while I was out and about in Central Danland already, but you know. I'm too busy planning so far ahead for the future, I can't plan for the immediate future. It's right ahead of me. I mean, I guess we could do some of these fates. Oh, also, I realized I don't have my bird out. I have some of, yeah, the... There you go. Man, it takes forever to get your your chocobos leveled in these early levels. Because the problem with leveling your chocobo is that by the time you unlock your chocobo, you're probably way over leveled for the story by quite a high margin. So the enemies you're fighting by going through the story aren't like around your level, so your chocobo doesn't get very good XP until you hit Heaven's Word, and the level gap kind of gets smaller because levels take longer, I guess, right? But I guess if you're leveling a lot of jobs and you're just doing stuff in the open world fates and stuff, then yeah, you got plenty of opportunities. I'm sure we'll get our bird level up on this character all nice and well. I want to get Choco Cure on this on my chocobo before I start dipping into the attacker tree, because Choco Regen is like it barely does anything, but Choco Cure can definitely save you in a pinch if you're just kind of out doing fates or something. How much XP did I get for that? 1120. That, my god. I have to say, Pugilists, I mean, we've only gone like a whole 10 levels on Pugilist so far, but Pugilist and by extension Muck doesn't feel as bad in open world content anymore as it used to. I'm sure a lot of that has to do with the fact that we're low level and we haven't really felt the effects of not being able to hit positionals that well, but also not having to worry about building up to Grease Lightning every time you know, enter a new battle. Just having the attack speed and the potency just kind of built into the skills now, or just having your attack speed built into traits, and then, you know, increase potency on all your attacks instead of having it all tied to Grease Lightning, the attack speed and the attack power bonus. Although I'm sure there are still some people who kind of miss that old system, but man, having to ramp up every new battle in the open world, that was not fun when leveling Pugilist slash Monk back in the day. So it doesn't feel as bad anymore. So I think it's a positive change overall, but I'm sure there's still people who miss that old system. All right, what am I after here? Spriggans, I know where those are. There's over there. F's are like right here. Oh wow, that's all I need. Okay. Level 14 Fate over there, and it's a boss Fate, so I probably don't want to mess with that. That's the weird thing about Fates. Boss Fates are the same level as the Fate itself, so a level 14 boss Fate will have a level 14 boss, right? But when you're doing like more general Fates, like, you know, kill a bunch of enemies and pick up items that they drop, or, you know, stuff like that, the enemies tend to be like a few levels under that for some reason. I don't know, it's weird. I've done a lot of Fates in my Final Fantasy XIV career, and You know, I've picked up tricks on how to like survive them, especially if you're kind of unsyncing them for like other content. You know, relics, doing your gemstones for in the Shadowbringer zones and stuff like that. But yeah, I've never really understood the sort of balancing between boss fates and the other types of fates. Boss fates definitely tend to be more difficult, especially on DPS classes, right? Because if you can't kill it in time, you know, eventually, and you don't have like a healer like with you, and you're kind of solo, pretty hard to do those. Oh, this one just ended. I wonder if someone did it or it just ended. No, someone did it. That's fine. That's why having a Chocobo with Chococure at least is really good, because if you have your Chocobo set up, you can actually you can have it sustain you through a lot of like fates and stuff, assuming your Chocobo doesn't get killed in the process. That's kind of the annoying thing about putting your Chocobo on healer stance, that he really likes standing next to you, which means he's in prime position to get cleaved by all of the boss's attacks. Really annoying. But hey, what can you do? They haven't changed Chocobo AI as long as Chocobos have existed and been able to fight with you. I don't think they're going to bother going back and changing it now. And even with these Curiel roots, I'm still only getting like 190 EXP for my Chocobo in particular each kill. I mean, we are fighting like level 7 stuff, but still. I don't know, that'll increase. You know, I don't know why I'm complaining so much right now. It'll increase as we kill more stuff. I'm just in a more sour mood than usual because my head is pounding, and I have a fever and a slightly stuffy nose. Great time to be recording, by the way. But I've spent so much time being lazy and unproductive that when I actually have a have a legitimate reason to not be being that's not even proper grammar. When I have a proper reason to not be productive, I'm like, nah, man, I can't take a break. And also, like, I was talking about, oh yeah, I made a schedule, so I've been following the schedule pretty well. Rendering though takes a lot longer than I initially planned out, so I had to sort of like push things back because of rendering and just how long it takes, and I really am limited in what I can do when I'm rendering. The hardships of only having a single PC setup, I guess. Now I know why all the streamers are like, yeah, man, go for a dual PC setup. Like, what? You need 2 PCs for this? But now I see. Oh, look, there's another buddy here. So yeah, a couple things got pushed back because of that, and then also I totally didn't account for the fact that I'd be spending like all of last weekend watching the digital fan fests. Like, I was a lot more enthralled by that than I thought I would be. So I just had that in the background basically going both days, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of fun moments that I feel like some people might have missed. And of course there was the closing ceremony. I should preface, the closing ceremony wasn't fun, but it was very important and touching, because that's when Soken came out and told us that he had cancer, which was man, that really hit. I mean, I've always thought that Soken's work has been fantastic, right? Like, he definitely helps make the game, in my opinion. And if he wasn't a part of the Final Fantasy XIV team, that the game would feel very different, I think. And the music is just so ingrained into Final Fantasy XIV's identity at this point that if he were ever to leave the project, I mean, that would be a huge blow, in my opinion. So I'm glad that he's doing well on his road to recovery. And man, that that closing ceremony, like I watched that live with a couple of my free company members who were on at the time, watching the Primals concert that happened just before then. That was, I was not expecting that. That was really touching, honestly, and it just goes to show just how much I love the Final Fantasy XIV development team. And that's the thing, right? It's just like I'm sure there's a bit of bias there because I've been playing this game for so long, since back in Reborn, and I've made content since Heaven's Word on this game as well on YouTube. So I've been very invested in this game for a very long time. But at the same time, it's like there's nothing really comes close in all the other games I've played over the years to the sort of community that has kind of been built around this game. Like I mean, obviously there's my own personal community, my free company, the people that I talk to here on YouTube, and who come out and comment a lot. There's that, of course, but then there's also the more general community, which is for the most part pretty great. Everyone's mostly friendly. I mean, you got a few rotten apples in there, people who maybe get a little too excitable and upset over small things, or do kind of lame things from time to time. But for the most part, generally, everyone's very considerate and helpful in this game, which is very nice. And then you also have the fact that there's this sort of nice bridging between the player base and the dev team themselves, right? The fact that we have periodic letters from the producer live. We have these fan fests where key members of the development team are basically idolized by everyone in the well, not everyone, but a lot of people in the actual gaming community itself, right? Because we love the work that they put out. You see Soken coming out, or you see Koji come out, or you see Ishikawa come out, or Yoshi P, the man himself, come out, and it's just like, it's crazy. Seeing seeing Yoshi P cosplay as one of the new jobs at the fan fests. It's a lot of fun, and that's not something that you can just kind of build up right away, and they've taken the time and the effort to really build that up over the years that the game's been going, and it's great. Nothing really comes close to it, in my opinion. And having that closing ceremony, like if you haven't watched the closing ceremony yourself, all of this is probably like, what is Tsuki even talking about? But I mean, the archives are still there for the time being, right? So you can always go watch it yourself. But seeing that closing ceremony, and having Soken come out, and it being news to a lot of the dev team in general, right? Because he said he didn't want to tell the dev team about his condition lest it affect their work. So he only told a handful of people, like probably the people in his sound team, and a couple other people who he needed to form kind of higher up probably knew as well. But yeah, so he didn't tell a whole lot of people. So that was the news to a lot of people as well, not just us. And just kind of seeing everyone's reactions to it, that was man, that I was not ready for that. Like I teared up, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, a lot of that had to do with the fact that I was also seeing Yoshi P tear up himself. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what to even say in that situation. It was just, I'll just end it on, I'm glad that he's recovered enough to just, and that's the thing too. Like the previous, like, earlier, you know, he just a few minutes earlier, he was rocking out, you know, to a concert for like an hour and a half. That was crazy. And then the day before, he was still doing stuff, you know. This wonderful rendition of Civilizations will forever be immortalized on the internet. So it's amazing. And yeah, so I'm glad that he's recovering, and hopefully he makes a full recovery, because the game would not be the same without him. That's all I'm just gonna end it there, because otherwise I'm just gonna keep rambling on about Soken and the closing ceremony and how sad it was, and how glad I am to have an opportunity to be a part of the Final Fantasy XIV community, even if I am just a kind of a really small part in that sort of grander scheme when it comes to content creators. Very, very small part. And you know, as more and more people kind of jump into Final Fantasy XIV, who have already had established, I guess, audiences from, you know, whatever other content they were posting before, and bringing that over to 14. You know, I've always I've felt like over the years, like I've kind of lost my foothold, I guess, in the, you know, in content creation. But just kind of putting all that stuff into more perspective, I realized it doesn't really matter, right? That was never really the point in the first place. The whole point of making the videos on YouTube wasn't to be like, oh, I want to be super successful on YouTube. I mean, yeah, I do. You know, that's definitely a nice kind of secondary goal to have, and you know, being able to, you know, reach more people is always nice, but that wasn't ever really the point when I started out. It was just being able to have fun and kind of share that fun with others. And you know, sometimes people move on to other things, and that's just how the way things are. You know, people who maybe watched me back in Stormblood or Heavensward maybe don't watch me anymore. That's totally fine. You know, maybe they don't even play the game anymore, which is also fine. And yeah, I realized that you know, it's the way things are, and the less people watch me, that's also fine. But just have to keep doing what I do, and it'll reach who it reaches, and maybe it'll, you know, end up reaching even more people in the future. So I've kind of moved past my own feelings of inadequacy for the time being, and I think FanFest really helped me kind of, I guess, re-realize my passion for what I want to do here on YouTube, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing me, my long-winded, rambly type videos, and whatever else I feel like doing. And I'm gonna keep trying to branch out and maybe try other stuff that I might be interested in terms of content outside of 14 as well. I just gotta find that motivation, right? 'Cause I mean, I love playing 14. Where's this last Fate? There he is. I love playing 14, but there's also so many other things that I want to do. But also, it's such an insurmountable task to to get projects like that off the ground and rolling. You know? Well, some of you don't know, but it's a lot of work, you know, to get something like that done. Like just even just a typical like 1 hour review of, you know, another game, which I have done a few times in the past. You know, Dragon's Dogma and I think Doom Eternal were more recent ones that I did last year. But even something like that takes a lot of time and effort, and especially if the game is long, like Dragon's Dogma, that's a long game. I mean, I played that game like 3 different times for that review. I mean, I say for that review, but I was having a lot of fun doing it, so it's not like it was a bad thing, but yeah. But yeah, I definitely want to try more stuff like that, and kind of carve out, you know, my own sort of space and community and audience like that. So, I want to get to a point. Oh, that's gonna die before I get down there. I want to get to the point where it's like I can just do whatever I want to do and post it and feel good, you know? It's just finding the motivation to sit down and start big projects like that. It's just really it's just really tough. Where are these? Oh, these are back here. So I do need to go over here. So I just need to motivate myself and also set aside the proper amount of time as well. I mean, time is an important currency? I feel like that's not the right word. I don't know. Time is something that you can't get a lot of sometimes. So yeah. Motivation and time. I need more of those. Basically. TLDR. You're not reading anything. TLDL. Too long didn't listen. I mean, if you didn't, if you weren't gonna listen to it, you probably just clicked off the video in general. It's not like, if you didn't want to listen to something, that is generally what you would do. Like, you wouldn't like skip ahead 2 minutes because you didn't want to listen to something. That doesn't make any sense. You'd just be like, this video isn't for me. I'll just click off. So I don't know why I'm saying that. TL too long didn't listen, because you obviously listened to get to this point. See, this is another one of those things where it's like my brain just. It's a good thing, right? It's better to be talking about nonsense than to be dead silent. I feel like that's something that, man, I'm not even done. My mind just completely wanders, but I feel like being silent and not having stuff to talk about is something that a lot of, I guess, newer content creators and streamers apparently have a problem with learning to improve on, I guess. So it's a good thing that I was already pre-prepared with that kind of stuff. The funny thing, I never intended for this channel to be like this in terms of like me commentating over videos a lot. I don't know. A huge part of that happens to relate to the fact that I hate the sound of my own voice. I feel like there's a lot of people out there who probably feel the same way, but I don't know. I don't like the sound of my own voice. That's just me. But apparently some people do like the sound of my voice. So I guess it really is just you really are your own worst critic. And also, like, my voice, it sounds a lot different. Like, you kind of have to live with your own voice. There's no changing it. Actually, I don't know that. I've never really researched the if there's probably ways of changing your voice if you really wanted to, both biologically and technologically, like using synthesizers. But I don't want to do all that. But you are kind of stuck with your voice. But it's especially weird listening to my voice back through recording, right? Because your voice sounds different to you as you're speaking it, as opposed to hearing it recorded and played back to you. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody who's ever listened to their own voice recording in some form or another. But yeah, it's weird. Anyways, what I was talking about, yeah, I never intended for this channel to be about me commentating over stuff. In fact, a lot of my earlier content was really just me posting gameplay and stuff of the game, and some people really like that, and I do want to get back into that, but I feel like I've kind of missed my opportunity with Shadowbringers to do that. So I'm just gonna wait until Endwalker to kind of start fresh with just the kind of raw gameplay type footage for people who maybe don't want to listen to my voice and just watch the game, which is totally fine. But if you are expecting that, just know that I'm gonna wait until Endwalker to start those again, because I think I did that a whole twice in Shadowbringers content before I just kind of resorted to streaming and doing a bunch of other commentaries type stuff. But yeah, that was my original intention. But I did have to voice guides, and then people were like, "Hey, you should do more voice commentary stuff." So I'll remember. I think I don't know the time frame. It was in Royal City time, right? Royal City of Rabanastre. So it had to be around 4.1 or 4.2 ish back in Stormblood. But I decided, hey, I want to I want to start playing this game again. Because I had taken like a small break, I guess. And so I took a small break and I came back and I was like, hey, I might as well record our commentary thing. And then people really enjoyed that, so I kept doing it. And then I made a Let's Play series that I started back in... No, I made a Let's Play series before then, right? I'm trying to, like, trace back. This guy's gonna finish this fate, I hope. Trying to trace back when I think I started the Let's Play before, right? Because I started the Let's Play in Heavensward. I could look this up. Like, all of this is still on the internet, and it's all compiled in my YouTube channel. Like, I could easily just go onto my channel and figure this out myself. I don't know why I'm trying to math this out. Or map this out, not math, map this out in my head when I could just... There's literally a digital, like, footprint, a digital history that I could just look up at any moment. Where are these birds, by the way? But yeah, I think that's it. I think I started my Let's Play back in Heavensward. I don't know when, somewhere in the later half of Heavensward. Yeah, I distinctly remember it being in Heavensward that I started the Let's Play, because I remember liking Ninja a lot in Heavensward and not liking Ninja a lot, very much in Stormblood, which is kind of the main reason why I stopped doing the Let's Play in the first place. I don't think I ever admitted that, by the way, but yeah, my first Let's Play, not this Let's Play I just started in Shadowbringers. But the first Let's Play I did, it was a Lalafell character. And I was going for Ninja on that character. But the first Let's Play I did, I started in Heavensward when I liked Ninja. But then as we went into Stormblood, I didn't like the changes to Ninja. So I felt less motivated to get on that character and do stuff because I didn't like Ninja anymore. I mean, I guess the easier thing to have done rather than stopping the entire Let's Play would have been to just change to a different job, but you know, whatever. But anyways, so I ended up putting that Let's Play on hiatus, like, indefinitely. And then I took a break at some point within Shadowbringers, or not Shadowbringers, Stormblood. This is getting confusing for anyone who hasn't been a part of my channel trying to follow the history along with how I'm telling it. I'm sorry, but I took a break at some point between 4.1 and 4.2, and I came back. And I was like, well, I've already been doing the commentary thing with the Let's Play. Let's do it, you know, with other content that I'm just kind of doing on my main characters, right? So I can do commentary content outside the Let's Play, since I don't feel like doing the Let's Play right now. So I did that, and people liked that. And also, because commentary long plays, in general, it's just random stuff that I happen to be doing at the time. God, where are these freaking birds, by the way? I keep running around talking, but I'm not actually finding stuff. But because commentary long plays are, you know, not in a series, you know, it's just kind of random stuff that I happen to be doing at any given point. I feel like it's easier for people to sort of jump in and watch it, as opposed to, you know, watching a long-running Let's Play like you're watching right now, right? Because I mean, who jumps in at what is this, part 22 of a Let's Play? No, you start at the beginning and you work your way through, right? So people start at the beginning and then work their way through. So eventually you get so far up in a series that people stop watching the later parts because they still have to catch up if they want to watch those later parts. They're not going to skip around. That just doesn't make sense. Or at least most people wouldn't, I'd like to think. So yeah, that was a nice sort of compromise that I ended up doing to sort of get out the commentary type content without going back and doing the Let's Play. Here are the birds, by the way. And then I felt kind of bad, right? Because I did want to do the Let's Play, and I really wanted to re-experience the story and all that. But I felt like I had left that character and that series stagnant for so long that it didn't feel right going back to that character, to Estella, to finish up the Let's Play, or to continue it, I guess. That I ended up just making this character and starting a new one, right? A Let's Play Reborn, I titled it. It's in the title of the video. I mean, you clicked on it, you should probably already know that. I don't know why I had to say it like that. And that's why this Let's Play was born, so that I could basically start fresh. So I definitely don't want to make the same mistake that I made with Estella and spend so much time taking a break that I have to restart it a third time. That would not blow over, by the way. I'm not gonna do that. I'm taking this character. I promise, I am taking this character all the way through. I mean, assuming YouTube and I still exist long enough for us to get there, at the rate we're going. Who knows how many tangents I'm gonna go on, but I mean, this is gonna be as all-encompassing as I want it to be, right? I will do as many job quests and as much side content as I want to do, and I will read out as much of the side quest dialogue as I want. No one's going to stop me. I'm riding around in circles with nothing to do. I need a level. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to doing a lot of stuff on this character. It's just man, the rate of progression, I guess, it's a bit slower than I would like, right? Because unlike back when I was doing Estella, my first Let's Play, back when I was doing that, the process for recording and getting things edited was much easier because I didn't edit. I mean, bottom line, that's really the short and the long of it. I didn't edit back then very much. The only time I edited was for guides. Any commentary long plays or Let's Play content, for the most part, I did pretty much no editing, which meant that I could just record it and then post it raw. But now I'm making more of a conscious effort to edit, so I can, cut out some of the like boring downtime where nothing's really happening, or I'm not really talking about anything interesting, or I say something that I realize that I maybe didn't want to talk about as much, or didn't have anything very interesting to say, so I just cut out the whole conversation so you don't have to listen to a half-baked thought, I guess. So I've been making more of an effort to cut things out and do at least the basics of editing, right? So that, and the actual editing like itself doesn't actually take too long. What does take a long time though is the rendering. Oh my god, I don't know what it is. Like, I used Adobe Premiere Elements, which is kind of like it's more of like a basic version of like Adobe Premiere Pro, from what I've seen, which it's good enough for what I do. And eventually I'll probably want to upgrade to a better editing software. But for the price that I paid and for what I currently use it for, it's perfectly fine. But I don't know what it is with this editing software, or maybe all editing softwares like this, or maybe it's just the parts of my computer, which I thought were pretty decent when I made it. But man, rendering it takes forever. And I don't know if this is just a thing for me, but with Adobe Premiere Elements, for some reason, like, it'll finish rendering. Like, it'll be finished rendering, and then it'll take its time finishing the video, if that makes sense. So the rendering will be complete, and it'll be like 95% complete, 5 seconds remaining. But it'll stay like that for like, depending on how long the actual video is, it'll stay like that for like an hour to, several hours, depending on just how long and how big the video itself actually is. Can I do this, Fate? I can. I don't know if I want to, but I can. And yeah, it's really annoying, and I don't really know why it does that. Like, my best guess is that the rendering's done and it's just kind of like, it's still like compiling the video into a file, I guess. I don't actually know. But hey, I got Bloodbath at some point. That's cool. But that's always been kind of an annoying thing that I've had to deal with. And I mean, thankfully, when it is in like that state, I can actually do stuff like the it's not actually using up like the resources on my PC, so I can still like do other things. Like I can record and play games while it's in that sort of limbo state of finished but not actually finished. Also, my food wore off. But yeah. Anyways, I went on this long tangent about editing software, but the whole point of it was saying, hey, editing and rendering takes a while, and because of that, my progression with videos and how fast I upload has slowed down significantly as opposed to how it was in the past when I literally just threw up about 80% of my videos basically in the rawest form. Like literally, I would press record, I would press stop record, and then I would just drag it into my YouTube upload box and entitle it, and that was it. that was all I did for most of my videos. Most of my gameplay videos that are non-commentated, most of my commentary long plays were also the same way. A lot of the Let's Play was that way. Occasionally, I would have to edit something in the Let's Play, but for the most part, I just uploaded just a raw video. And I've tried to grow and not do that as much anymore. I'm trying to learn how to make more fun edits, but I don't have the software to make that happen really. So it's mostly just kind of basic stuff at this point, which is fine, I guess, for the time being. You know, take it a step at a time, I guess. But yeah. So again, the whole point of this whole tangent was basically to say, there's a lot of stuff I want to do still with this character and with Final Fantasy 14 and in general, but it's just it's a little bit slower because of the extra time it takes to edit and render things, and just the equipment available to me. It's just it's not on par with how much or how quickly I would like to be going. I mean, heck, there were some days back in Heavensward time where I would upload 2 or 3 videos a day. Now, I mean, now that's crazy. I mean, now it's crazy if I can upload 2 or 3 videos a week. You know, so I mean, I'm sure I can probably get it down so I can get, you know, a few 3 or 4 videos a week if I really put in the time and the effort, and plan out my rendering sessions when I'm, you know, sleeping or doing stuff that doesn't require the power of my computer. So I just need to, I guess that's probably the biggest thing. I need to plan out, I need to record things beforehand and plan out my rendering sessions whilst I'm not planning on using my actual PC at the time. So once I can figure that out and get that kind of sorted out and kind of get into the rhythm of it, things should be better, hopefully. Also wouldn't mind finding some other game. You know what? Here's another thing that I wanted to do. I wanted to play and finish some of the games I've started series on as well. For the most part, I feel like the biggest ones I want to go back to is probably Neo, right? I started Neo 2 whenever it came out. Was that last year? I don't remember. Was it last year? Was it like last February? Hold on. I know it came out on Steam pretty recently. So I'm like, oh yeah, Neo 2. I forgot about that. Neo 2 release date. Hold on. Yeah, it was last year. It was last March 2020. Before the world set ablaze and all the bad stuff started snowballing into stuff that affected our everyday data routines and schedules. But yeah, that came out. I had a lot of fun playing it back then, and then I kind of stopped because I don't actually remember what happened. But I took a break, and then that break became so long that I just kind of felt like, oh well, can I actually return to this? Which is the exact same thing that happened with the first Let's Play, right? And funnily enough, I feel the same way about Nioh 2 as I do with Let's Play, is that if I ever do return to that game, I feel like I would have to start over uh, in order to actually get back into it, because it's been so long. Like, there is kind of a learning curve with some of the mechanics in that game that aren't in the first game. Like, I spent a good several hundred hours, I think, total with Nioh 1, but the mechanics in Nioh 2 are a bit different. But I've wanted to get back to that game, and there's plenty of other games I want to play as well. Like, I've entertained the idea of playing things like Darkest Dungeon or Stardew Valley, both games I really enjoy. And also Darkest Dungeon 2 is apparently coming out in early access at some point, sometime this year. And heck, we're almost halfway through this year. It's crazy, by the way, that we're almost halfway through 2021. It feels like 2021 just started. But it's somehow now, you know, we're in the second half of May already. It's crazy. I just, like, where did the first half of this year go? I mean, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that my my day-to-day is so similar, you know? So I guess once I can go back out into the world and do more stuff outside of my house, I feel like time the passage of time will feel a bit more appropriate, I guess. But yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, basically, there's a lot of stuff I want to do on YouTube. I don't know why I'm choosing. Like, this is a kind of conversation that should better be left for a commentary long play, where more people will actually watch and listen to it, rather than in the middle of a Let's Play series. But oh, whatever, you know. Alright, I came back here because I forgot to grab these bombs, by the way. That's right next to Horizon anyway, so I can go back and grab them at some point. But I wanted to grab these two. Also, giant tortoises. I don't know if they're in Central. They're probably not. Also, I only know of 2 spawns off the top of my head. Oh well. We can go back and get these. How long have we been recording, by the way? Please tell me we're recording. Okay, good. I did hit the record button. I don't know how I've been recording for almost an hour. Wow. I didn't think that this video was going to be this long. In fact, I kind of figured I would just do the level 10 quest. Say I was going to go level silently because, you know, I'm sick and I don't want to be talking that much, but somehow I've managed to be talking like this entire time. Yeah. Are these not here? No, these are sentries, right? Okay, I know what the sentries are, but the cactuar are up here though. There's a fate up here. I don't know if I want to do it though. That fate's kind of annoying from memory. We are halfway through 14, so. Oh, we have to kill 4 per hunting log now. That's another thing. I'm kind of glad that they did away with the hunting log, like, because from Heavensward onward, the sort of replacement for the hunting log were the daily hunt bills, which are, in my opinion, are far superior because, for one thing, they reward significantly better EXP, in my opinion. They're daily. They're not locked to any class or job. So theoretically, it's unlimited EXP that you can do every day. You get a little bit of gil as well from doing them, which helps pay for, you know, the teleport cost of teleporting around to all the zones in the expansion area. And you also get like centurial seals, which are helpful for purchasing a myriad of things. You know, retainer ventures, extremely valuable if you actually put in the time and effort to get your ventures or get your retainers leveled. 8th right tickets, free teleports, saves gil. Glamour, I guess. I guess thinking about it now, really, the two major um benefits that you can get with Centurial Shields nowadays are Aetheryte tickets and and retainer ventures. But hey, you're always gonna be teleporting, and you're always gonna be sending your retainers out for ventures if you're playing the game a lot. So, you know, not a bad thing to have on hand, right? Oh god, I just realized I need to do the Hall of the Novice again for the gear. Shit. I'm not gonna record that, by the way. I'm not doing it. I don't have the energy to do whatever crazy voice I did for the Master of Shields back whenever I did the one for tanks. So I'm probably just gonna blow through those off camera. Damn, I got a lot of XP. Let's kill this Nest Commander. This Nest Commander has a lot of HP. Like a lot of HP. Like, why does he have so much HP? I don't know if I can kill this thing. I mean, honestly, the question isn't can I kill this thing? The question is, do I want to? Because it's going to take so much time, and the actual EXP benefit is not even that much. I'm just going to leave. Let's go back to Western Netherlands and get these done, I guess. Oh my god, how have I been recording for an hour? My head still hurts, by the way. My throat, thankfully, isn't that sore. I mean, it's sore from talking, which, I mean, if I'm being honest, talking sore. Like, I haven't been talking that long, so it's not that sore from talking, but it's not like, you know, cold sore. Like, from having a cold, I guess, and a sore throat from having a cold is what I mean by that. Because I did thankfully take medicine before I started recording, and it kind of kicked in, kind of the first few minutes of the recording session, so that's good. All right, we're back in Olda. Assuming that future me did things properly, I cut out that last bit where I went and waited for the giant tortoises to respawn so I could kill them from my hunting log. But here we are. Ooh, we get Fists of Earth here. Ah, there you are, Chelly. Oh man, I don't know if I can do actual voices. I've been talking for like an hour straight. I forgot that I had to actually read dialogue too. Okay. Ah, there you are, Chelly. I hope you've come prepared for a lesson. Today, I want you to go and fight the toxic toads that nest at the unholy air. Make no mistake, lass, these toads are huge, which means they have huge guts. That's besides the point. The point is, you'll need to use your head to overcome them. Thanks to their immense girth, these toads hit hard. Fortunately, they tend to hit wild as well, so bide your time and wait for an opening. And when that opening shows, thwack! Rip and tear through your foe until it is done with your fists. As proof that you defeated the toads, I want you to bring me 5 of their legs. Chuchutu and I will be waiting for you at Black Brush Station. Your lesson continues there. Alright. How big are these giant toad legs, actually? I don't think I've actually paid attention to how big their legs are. I'm assuming they're huge. Oh man, I have to kill 5 of these. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah, I'll be fine. I've also decided to hold off on grabbing my level 15 gear. I don't think I have anything else I can put on, right? Yeah, I don't. That's whatever. But those are some big legs, man. Holy shit. I mean, heck, I'm a Fyuria, which is one of the more taller races. The thing's taller than I am. You want me to bring back 5 of these? I mean, heck, there are points in the story, spoilers, where you're literally carrying like 4 corpses at once. From one point to another. I guess, you know, carrying 5 giant toad legs is not as unreasonable. I mean, we must have like a magic infinite storage inventory bag that just has, it's been enchanted to have infinite space, you know, one of those type of deals, right? And also it's also enchanted so that you don't feel the weight of said contents in your infinitely large storage space. Can't feel the corpses of the dozen Lalafels that I'm lugging around in my bag that you can't see, that totally don't exist, because I can't feel the weight of them physically. The weight of their soul still weighs on my consciousness though. I'm taking part in today's lesson as well. Good luck to the both of us. That's something I always kind of forget to do, is to talk to the NPCs that aren't required to progress the quests, because sometimes they have some interesting stuff to say. Like I usually remember in the main quest line, but when it comes to like these side quests, I kind of forget sometimes. So, did you bring me the toad legs? Aye, this is the stuff, alright. Now I just need some butter, a slice of sun lemon, and a pinch of... I'm gonna eat these. Raw? Like, shouldn't you cook them first? And also, these things are huge, man. How much are you gonna eat? You need 5 of them? A master? Well, what I meant to say was, you've done well to defeat the toxic toads, Chelly. For the next part of your lesson, you'll be putting your endurance to the test against... The talk was true. Hammond Holyfist is really here. Ah ha ha, can't take nary a step outside the guild without being flocked by fans. Such is the price of fame. Please sir, I have grave need of your legendary skills. Somnus is being smuggled through Blackbrush Station. I reported this to the brass blades and the stone torches, asked them to put an end to it, but they both turned a blind eye. Somnus? That's the mind-warping substance made from dream flowers. Those who overindulge are said to fall into an eternal slumber. A dear friend suffered that very fate. That's why I want to put an end to the smuggling. I'm just an ordinary person, and there's precious little I can do. Ah, well, you've done well to bring word to me, friend. For as surely as Hammond Holyfist is my name, I'll see the smuggler's scum thrown in the dungeon before the bell is through. How are you gonna do that if the brass blades are turning a blind eye? What dungeons are they gonna go to? Well, bless you, sir. You truly are a hero to us all. Slight change of plans, Chelly. In place of the endurance test, we're going to find and apprehend the smugglers. But first, we must gather information. You two, find out what you can from the people of Blackbrush Station. Report back once you've learned something. Searching for Somnus smugglers, you say? Word is that they're associated with the Alacran, a coalition of cold-blooded criminals, but be aware, they always act in alliance. Oh, then I'll just have more people to punch. There is an abandoned Kirkin lair a short distance west of the Coffer and Coffin. Decent folk tend to give that place a wide berth. Ideal for a smuggling operation, wouldn't you say? I don't know, man. Why are you asking me? It appears that silver-haired Lalafell was seen skulking about the station recently. He was heading west bearing a suspicious burden. The Alacran, a likely hideout, and a silver-haired Lalafell. I don't like the sound of this, not one bit. Like as not, the smugglers operate out of the abandoned Kirkin lair west of the Coffer and Coffin. We'll lie in wait for them there. Oh, whoops. Well, it's fine. I think we're gonna have a solo instance anyway. Got some good levels anyway. Like, yeah, man, that was like, I think it was almost level 3 before we started recording today. Now he's like halfway through. I think we did use both of our weekly quests, I believe. That's a nice chunk of EXP. I always forget to, I mean, it takes a little time to kill 100 enemies with your Chocobo, but I should really get in the habit of doing this once a week, even if I'm not recording, because that's a lot of XP, and I want to get this Chocobo leveled decently for all the stuff I'm going to be leveling. Oh, I thought I was clipping through this beam. I'm just hiding behind it. Those balls, that's... we've really outdone ourselves this time. Master Wegfar is bound to be pleased. Save the talk, we have crates to move. Rurukuta, it is you, isn't it? Dude, nice hair. Chuchuto and Master, it's been a while. You vanished from the guild with nary a word, and we find you are here smuggling somnus with those villains? What is the meaning of this? Rurukuta, my boy, I didn't teach you how to fight so that you could become a pox on society. My student or no, you must be held accountable. Chuchuto, Chelly, your lesson begins. Apprehend the smugglers. You lot, take care of these meddlers. Man, I'm doing so much damage. I really, they've gotten better with designing, solo instances, in my opinion. But, these early ones, and Reborn especially, are really just not good, right? These ones where you barely have an impact on what's actually happened in the solo instance. Like, look at how much damage I'm doing. Like, I'm doing, like, 38s, like, low 40s. And you see how much Chuchuto's doing. And it's like, I don't even need to be attacking. I could literally just be standing here doing nothing. Oh, yeah, here we go. Here's the stuff I'm actually allowed to attack and do stuff to. The star marmots. Where are they? Yeah. Some of these early quests, solo instances rather. I mean, they've gotten better, like I said, but wow. I think I had the same complaint to say back in the Gladiator questline. Oh, here we go. You can tell that they want me to fight this guy because he's actually aggro to me and not Chuchuto. And I wish I had True North already. I think that's what, level 50? Oh, come on, man. He had Featherfoot, by the way. That's cool. Oh, nice. Holy crap, this is taking forever. No, don't kill steal Chuchuto. Oh my god. I hate I hate. I'm in Holy Fist, just our luck. If you know who I am, then you'll know what's good for you. Come quietly, or there'll be trouble. Holy Fist? Don't make me laugh. You're being fooled, all of you. Who's fooling who? What in the world are you talking about? It was a dark night several moons ago. I was out in the woods, or in the wilds, training alone. From a distance, I caught sight of Master leaving the tavern and turning for the city. Thinking to accompany him back, I followed on his heels and was about to call out when I saw this. Huh, you would challenge the Holy Fist? You have fighting spirit, I'll grant you that, but you do well to know your limits. So be it. Master? You read my every move. You're no ordinary marmot. Marmot? Marmo? Marmot. All I wanted was to be surrounded by scantily clad maidens. When my time came, the gods are cruel. Hey man, you know what? Me too. We can share the same dying dream. Just cut that out. Just mute that part real quick. Ah, what the hell? No one watches these. Master, what is the meaning of this? Explain yourself. Now you've seen it with your own eyes. Master has been beaten by a marmot. A common bleeding marmot. He will remind us how strong he is at every turn, but he was lying through his teeth. I can scarce believe my eyes. Wait till Master Wakefar learns of this. I love these tanks who wear freaking hooded cloths, because I guess they're evil and hooded cloths are evil. I can't believe it. When? How did Master become so weak? Forgive me, Chuchoto, Chelly. I didn't mean to deceive anyone, least of all my students. Hammond Holyfist conquered every foe that stood before him, but he couldn't conquer old age. My strength, my reflexes, my endurance, they all left me. There's nothing here but a decrepit old man. And the sound of really annoying buzzing sylphid clouds. I would be alone for a while. I'll make my own way back to the guild. From now on, you're to do as Chuchuto bids, Chelly. Okay. Oh. They'll be ready in 5 seconds. I've been doing some thinking, Chelly. While 'tis true that Master has been deceiving us, he meant us no harm. Besides, I owe him my life. Had he not taken me in all those years ago, I would have died in some ditch. I could never bring myself to hate him. Even if he were an ordinary old man, I would still respect him. Alas, with the truth of his condition revealed, Master Hammond has lost his sense of purpose, his will to teach. I cannot bear to see him like this. I want him to regain his confidence, but for this he needs to regain his former strength. Listen, Chelly. Master ever said that you remind him of his younger self. Were you to continue showing rapid improvement, I dare to hope that it would rekindle his fighting spirit. To this end, I will teach you a new technique, one which Master Hammond used to great effect in his prize fighting days. Fist of Earth it's called, and with it you can shore up your defenses to be as unyielding as the Earth itself. I don't think Fist of Earth is what we got here back in the day. Wasn't it Touch of Death? Man, I miss Touch of Death. The potency on Touch of Death was freaking awful. I mean, it was technically a DPS gain to use, but its potency was terrible. Still terrible. But I mean, I guess all of Monk's potencies were terrible because he had just a super high attack bonus from Grease Lightning. I guess that was kind of the point. But what I remember about Touch of Fist, or Touch of Fist, oh my god. Touch of Death, Touch of Fists. Oh my. I'm sick, by the way. That's all the sickness. But what I recall distinctly about Touch of Death was the weird sound effect it had. If you didn't play back then, I mean, I'm sure you can look it up, but it had a really distinct sound effect, and listening to monks use it was just really fun. I don't know. I miss it. Make this technique your own, Chelly, and strive to go stronger still. When next Master Hammond beholds you, he will surely be moved to action. Fist of Earth. Reduces damage taken by 10%. Yeah, not bad. Nice little thing to have in your back pocket, I guess. No reason to not use it until before we get Fist of Fire, which I don't think is until what, like 40? 45? I don't think it shows me yet. Yeah, it doesn't. It's technically a monk skill. So until I actually unlock monk, it's not gonna tell me when I unlock it. But hey, look, we did everything we set out to do today. I don't know how I made it through this whole video. I didn't even cough once. That's amazing. Look, I am definitely tired now, so thank you guys so much for watching and sticking with the whole video. I'm assuming, unless you're one of those weird people who skips around the video somehow. I don't know. I mean, it's not like I take the time to put timestamps for these types of videos, so look, thank you for watching anyway, if you're one of those people, I guess. I'm gonna go now because I'm starting to get delusional. Thank you for watching. I think I said it already, but that just shows how much I want to thank you by saying it twice. If I thank you twice, that means I'm twice as thankful, right? I'm gonna go now. Sayonara. Bye bye.